It's me, Sony. Welcome back to another VR video. Today's video is just a little bit of a quick short video. It's to do with the little debate that's been going around on, I think, Twitter, about hands and arms in VR. Obviously, with Half-Life Alyx coming out, the trailer showed that that Valve have gone with the idea of only hands, which to a certain extent I understand, because obviously when it comes to the actual tracking, the only tracking we have is the two hands. By default, the sort of standard setup is the two hands, and of course the head tracking as well. Now, obviously the discussion is about visuals pretty much all the time, and myself, I have another point to make on the subject, so I just wanted to make a very quick video. This video is obviously not going to release this demo. I'm working on it. Hopefully the new system will be up and ready very soon, but until then I just wanted to talk about this subject here. The idea of having arms obviously is just a visual aid in normal games. However, with the Half-Life Alyx game, I've noticed that it seems to be physics-based hands, which of course is the same as my system and a few other systems out there, wherein the character's hands are actually physically there. So you can sort of move objects around, pick them up like that, and then, you know, you've got a sort of an actual physical hold on those objects. With physics hands, there's a difference, because arms are no longer just a visual aid to realistic motion or realistic looking hands. Now they actually have an impact. As you can see, I can elbow things around with the elbow, and that makes an actual impact enough that I actually noticed it would have affected the trailer itself. There's a very short moment, about a couple of frames or so, just when the character is going like this and moving things out before he grabs the thing at the back, or should I say she, or whoever's playing. Just after that happens, there's a little toothpaste, or maybe it's just a tube of some sort of other thing, which they actually go behind that toothpaste. They go like this, they put the hand behind it, and the wrist is right here. The wrist is right here, sort of pushing. That toothpaste would have fallen off the table if they had arms. So it actually has a detectable impact on the actual way the character moves and the interactions with the world. You see, if I didn't have elbows, I'd be able to just go right there. However, with elbows, there you go. Forearms are quite important, and that's actually something that I've mentioned before in another physics video. Not this one here, not with this project, but with the hybrid test chamber project. With that project, the problem was that I did have physics-based hands for a while, but I actually added forearms in that project, and the reason for that is because of what I've shown here. Now, that project didn't have physics body as well, which this one of course does. So what I'm doing here is a little bit different, because here it actually impacts the character movement as well. Now, this isn't something that I've noticed in Half-Life Alyx. I don't believe that's the case, which would make sense anyway, because for new users this can be a little bit more difficult, and make it more of a difficulty to actually get used to VR. So for that, I understand. I wouldn't want to put new users to VR straight into something like this, or something like some of the others that are doing this system as well. But you can see straight away, that went to sleep a little bit too early. You can see when I actually climb this, that my elbows and my arms actually have an impact on my motion as well. You can see here, I'm completely relaxed. My hands, I can sort of open and close them, but you can see I'm still hanging on the ladder. Very, very cool. And of course, when climbing, it makes a massive difference when you're clambering up a ledge. As you can see here, you can see I'm actually using my elbows to actually climb as well. It makes a massive difference on things like that, and of course on something as simple as picking up a box or something like that. Let me just go get a small box, which I believe there is one over here. Or is it? Ah, there we go. Now obviously I can pick the boxes up with my hands here, but of course one of the problems with that is it's purely a grab point, whereas here you can, because it's a physics-based system, you can actually pick them up via pressure, as you can see. And as a result, having arms does impact that as well. You can sort of hold things with 2 arms, you see? Oh, that was useful. Let's just hook this on. And you can see how it actually impacts the holding of an object. Here, for example, I should be able to pressure grab this like such. There we go, I've been able to pressure grab it to my body without actually physically holding on. So yeah, there you go. Having forearms with a physics-based system, physics-based hands, does have an impact. It does change the way you move. For example, like this bin here. See, you can see the bin flips over because I didn't dip my hand in properly. If I don't dip my hand in, the whole bin just flips over, and then that happens. So yeah, having arms does make a difference to the actual gameplay in this case. Maybe not so much as it would here, but in Half-Life Alyx, it will have an impact on how you move your arms and grab things. That's my point. I don't actually mind the floating hands visuals, there's no problem with that, because it doesn't have any impact on the gameplay. But having forearms on a physics-based system is quite necessary, and I did so in my test chamber, where only the forearms were actually there. There was no full arm, there was no body, it was just the forearms and the hands, and I believe it makes a massive difference in the way you grab things. Thanks very much for watching, and that's this video, a little quick short video. Hopefully I'll get one more done before I'm off to Germany. Thanks very much for watching, goodbye.